I'm a wash.
Hello, everybody out there. Welcome to another Blabbin' About Slabbin' Live here on Thursday night. I'm just reading in the comments that Mike is a wash in 40,000. Is that 40,000 or 400,000? There's a lot of zeros there. Junk wax. So I appreciate you taking a break from your junk wax to spend some time with us.
There is
It's
a
been
lot
a
of junk
busy
wax,
week
Jeff.
in sports.
Yeah, there's a lot of junk wax out there, Jeff.
There is. Got a lot of junk wax here, so I can empathize. So, of course, the big news this week was that the worst umpire in baseball is retiring.
Yes, fantastic. Yeah, I think we're all happy to take a quick early blabbing sip to the conclusion of Angel Hernandez's reign of terror.
Cheers, Angel. I'm just wondering who's going to be number one on all the worst umpire lists now. Buckner?
Right? Yeah, I mean, I did see there was a random social media post I saw where someone was like defending him and saying like he wasn't that bad. He was only rated like 68th out of 82 umpires this year. But like he was bad. He was really bad.
Yes. Well, thanks everybody again for joining us. Appreciate you spending some time with us. Chris is trying to get to you through the stages of grief after the Acuna injury this week. If you didn't watch, we had an emergency live earlier this week to talk about the injury. And have you heard anything since then, Chris? Anything new from the Acuna camp?
Well, yeah, he addressed the media today for the first time, like since the injury. And honestly, I couldn't get through it. It's too painful to watch. Like you can just see it in his face. It's horrible. I mean, he feels terrible. He says he feels like he let the team down, like he's let everyone down. And it's not his fault. Just shit happens.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I am still in between. I don't know what the exact. I'm getting closer to acceptance. Largely just really stuck in depression. So we'll see. Maybe as the week goes by, as the raging alcoholism continues to affect my system. I did want a Braves note. I saw some people in there talking about they're losing the Nationals again tonight. I saw this stat going around Instagram, so maybe you guys have seen it. But this is absolutely amazing, and I can't believe what I'm reading. But I've also seen enough games, Jeff, to know that this is absolutely true. For the month of May, and I don't see that changing today. Certainly. If the Braves give up more than 2 runs, they have not won a single game in the month of May.
Wow. It's kind of a staggering statistic. Now that's what, at least 25 games.
Yeah, I think they're 0-12. Wow. This was the most, the best offense of the last 20 years. First slugging percentage over 500 as a team.
Yes, and, that loaded lineup.
They absolutely cannot hit. And I read that 12 times. And it's still, I'm struggling to accept that. That's insane.
It's lucky they're getting some good pitching, right? Or else they'd be, I'd hate to see where they'd be.
I can't imagine.
Carson says they're going to finish the month under 500.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. I mean, they're about to drop 3 out of 4 to the Washington Nationals at home. It's crazy. I don't know. I would also say if you play fantasy baseball and ever Lane Thomas is available, the Braves have no ability to do anything against Lane Thomas. They have no plan. They cannot retire him. And once he gets on base, I don't know if all the Braves pitchers just decided as a group, besides Fried, that they weren't going to practice pickoffs or changing up their timing. But the Nationals have so far stolen, I believe they said 16 bases in this 4-game series.
No, that can't be true.
And it's the most bases stolen against the Braves since 1979 in a 4-game series. And the game's not over.
That can't be true. 16?
Yeah. And the only reason it's that low, Jeff, is because C.J. Abrams has struck out 9 straight at-bats. So, I mean, if he'd managed to find a way on base, it would probably be 20 at this point. I mean, it's crazy to watch. Fried's got a great pickoff, but the rest of them are just screw it. Do what you want. And poor Sean Murphy's back there, doing the best he can. And he threw someone out today, but I don't know. I don't know what's going on. But these are tough games to watch. And there's nothing I love more, outside, of course, of talking about baseball cards with you. My second favorite pastime is watching Braves games.
Well, maybe that's just what I need to overtake the Braves games and stay number one talking about cards. I see Steven says my Cubs are dying even without ACL tears. Yeah, I'm a Brewer fan, so I'm pretty happy with the latest results in the Milwaukee-Chicago series, but I get it. M. Parsons is throwing out a name. Oh, I see. The question was the best Brave of all time, and M. Parsons throws out an Otis Nixon. Fast. That guy was fast.
He was, yeah. Acuna just passed him for like career steal leaders, I think, for the Braves. Yeah, it's obviously Hank Aaron is going to be number one, and there probably shouldn't be a number two out of like respect for Hank Aaron. So maybe number three is probably like Chipper Jones, Eddie Matthews. I suppose at some point you get to the pitchers. You know, you got to put Maddox, Spawn,
some great pitchers in the Braves franchise history. I got to say that.
And obviously, you know, Billy Wagner and Mark Wohlers deserve tons of respect and should be in the top 10 for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dale Murphy definitely in the top 10.
That'd be another episode. Maybe some episode we can come up with our own list of some franchise top 10s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did want to say before we get started, I don't know if he's Ken Merker. I don't know if he's watching that, but I collect Ichiro. Our buddy that raffled off, auctioned off those 2012 SSPs, sent me a card as like a thank you for talking about the cards, which I think bit me in the ass because we ended up not.
We had no chance.
But he sent me a thank you, so he sent me this really cool Ichiro card.
Oh, look
I'm gonna try to get it. Hold on. Give me a sec. Nope. Well, how do I make it just my screen, Jeff, so the card's bigger? Can I do that? If I just do this?
Yes, exactly.
All right. So this is Ichiro Suzuki's 2011 Topps card, but there's something different about this card. I asked my wife if she was able to, if my wife was able to spot it, and it took her a while. And to her credit, she was looking on the back and like questioning some of the statistics, and I'm like, no, they didn't change his batting average. So yeah, this is a pretty rare Ichiro. I guess we should say gimmick, right, Jeff? As per our spitballing episode.
I guess you're telling me it's a gimmick. I don't know. Is it just because was it his first Ichiro only card instead of Ichiro Suzuki?
No, you really got to look at it. I'll be trying to get a little bit closer. Let me know when you can see it.
Is there a sparkle somewhere on there?
It sure is on his bottom hand.
Wow, that is really, really difficult to see.
Right? I mean, just an absurd little gimmick that Topps did, right? It's really dumb. But I mean, if you're a player collector and your guy has one of these, I feel like, I mean, I remember seeing one Freeman. I want to say it was like 2013 or 14, and I was sort of laughing at it, and then someone just bought it. But you just never see these. Like they're pretty hard to find.
That is a great thank you gift from I Collect Ichiro. It's the Sparkle on Batting Glove. I guess that's the official title, Sparkle on Batting Glove.
Yeah. And if anyone wants to try to take a guess who the catcher is in this image, I would love to know.
Is that an N?
It looks like an NA.
An NA.
So I don't know. I can't tell the team. Those like powder blues could be Rays, could be Royals. Yeah. Mariners, I guess, maybe. I don't know. But anyway, if I collect Ichiro, if you're here, thank you very much. I was very excited to get this. And I looked at it and it took me a few seconds to realize what it was.
Oh, DJ says Navarro. Little Deoner Navarro, probably. Yep. That's what Andrew says.
That's a great call.
Okay. So Jim in Florida is wondering why nobody took out their savings 2 years ago and bought all of Skeens cards. I think there's a few issues with this. I believe some people in the chat, Shelly's got a thought about it. UCL, yes. As we found out from Spencer Strider, Skeens is a horse, Jim, but that doesn't mean anything, Jim.
Yeah, I mean, listen, Garrett Cole's a horse. Mark Pryor was a horse. Kerry Wood was a horse. Strasburg was huge. I mean, look, I get it. He looks incredible, but after Strider and Cole, I'm done with pitchers.
Done for me. And Skeens didn't even have cards 2 years ago. He was still at LSU, and they didn't have a lot of college sports cards even 2 years ago. So
yeah. Now Livy Dunn gets some cards. We could talk. Maybe I might be a buyer there.
I'm waiting for the dual auto. I'd like a heritage card with the two of them on and dual auto. That'd be pretty cool.
That would be really, really interesting. I wonder like how that would do. I'm guessing very, very well.
I'm guessing very, very well as well.
Yeah, I think
Especially if they use an SI picture of her.
Yeah, the crossover between baseball fan and horn dog is probably pretty high.
Pretty high crossover. Yeah. Yeah.
Wait, what? Jim in Florida says that Leaf already has a dual auto. Get out of here.
Well,
Ben, get your head out of the gutter. Put her in Dynasty. Come on now.
if Leaf has it, that means it's going to be a sticker. We need the on card.
Yeah, but I'm gonna take a quick look to see if there is such a thing. Is there one on eBay?
So Josh, we feel your pain here.
Uh-oh.
And it's also caused us to swear off pitchers. So.
Yeah. It take long.
Yeah.
I don't see anything on eBay.
Well, nobody's selling them, right? Of course. They've got them. They have them in their own personal collection.
Yeah, that's a PC card for everybody. Oh. Okay, yeah, for the solo auto, sure. I did before we get Jeff and I made a trade, but I feel like before we get into that, I did want to talk really quick about. Hold on one second. Sorry. We talked about Acuna, obviously, and his. I feel like if we want to call it this, the bloodbath on some of his cards has kind of already begun. So if you are interested in picking up some Acuna, now is as good a time as, for better or for worse. If you want to, I'm not going to talk you out of it at this point. Do what you want to do. But this sale happened post injury. So this is his 2018 Topps Chrome Gold Refractor rookie. Arguably one of his best cards, right, Jeff?
Yeah, that's a pretty rare card. I'm not sure what the pop is on that, but seeing that in a 10.
Yeah, the quality control in 2018 was good. So the pop is probably around I'm guessing it's between 10 and 20, if I had to throw a number out off the top of my head. But so this card went for $1,600, which I don't know in a vacuum how we feel about that, what your initial thoughts are, but let me show you this.
Well, my initial thought is, man, that's cheap. I want to buy it.
Yes, and I think that is the correct initial thought. If we look at here, we'll hit up Market Movers.
All right.
And we will look at the last 3 sales of this card. And
price.
That is a sharp downward trend. We have the preseason at 3.1. We have I guess, almost a couple days later, which is weird. It would go for less on eBay than PWCC, but it did. And now we have it $1,000 cheaper post-surgery. Really, I mean, that's pretty alarming.
That is alarming.
Yeah, we talked last week about that seller that auctioned off his Devers Red Ink rookie auto.
Yeah.
And it ended after his 5th consecutive game with a home run, just fantastic timing, how it worked out.
Yeah.
This Acuna was a Probstein auction, and it's the opposite of fantastic timing. Because it started when he was healthy and it ended with him out for the year.
Yeah, poor seller on that one.
Right.
Oh, Chris, we've got a comment from Chris Hayes, and I believe you were not on the Spitballing episode where we gave his comment a shout out.
Yes, I was. I'm very happy that they delivered the shout out. That comment put a smile on my face, and it made me happy for a couple of days. So anytime I can be compared to any scene in The Godfather, that makes me happy. So excellent comment, Chris Hayes. Thank you very much. Keep the random pop culture references coming.
Do you want to paraphrase what the circumstances were?
Sure. Yeah. In an episode of Spitballing Cards, we were talking about gimmicks, and we were talking about essentially somehow the conversation got into the Acuna bat down and how that image was so rarely used by Topps. It's in that Series 2 quote unquote SP, and it's in Sapphire. And you might think that's it, but they also kind of bastardized it in Topps Holiday, the only other place where it's used, and it has all these ridiculous snowflake variations and stuff in there. So it was hard. I forget who was talking about those, but it pained me to even look. They brought up some images on the screen. It was hard to look at. And Chris Hayes dropped in this comment where he compared my reaction to seeing those pictures to Vito Corleone looking at his dead son Sonny in The Godfather and saying, "Look how they massacred my boy." And it was fantastic. I still chuckle about it. Jeff and I like immediately, and we both saw it around the same time, and we were texting and laughing about it.
That was a great one.
Yeah. I will not attempt, by the way, an impression of Marlon Brando. I won't embarrass myself. But if, by the way, anyone in here, if you haven't seen The Godfather, please like stop watching us and go watch The Godfather. Like immediately.
Go check it out. Did you see that Al Ruddy just passed away last week, the producer of The Godfather? I don't know if you guys watched The Offer, but that was a great show about the making of The Godfather. It had a lot of stuff I didn't know, but it was a great show. So if you're a Godfather fan, check that out.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I haven't seen that, but I will. So Jim in Florida says, yeah, it's on 2024 Leaf Eclectic Multi Graphics. It's the gold 1 of 1. Congrats for spelling both of those words correct, Jim in Florida.
It's a mouthful. As if Shelly the Turtle needed to raise in our esteem anymore, he actually got to meet. So he also, not only was he at Skeen's debut, but he got to meet Livy Dunn while he was there. That's Shelly.
I mean, was it a consensual meeting, Shelly, or was this more of like you kind of shouting or just like following her to the bathroom or something? I hope it was an appropriate, like just a handshake, a respectful handshake. You never know.
All right, we got a hot take from DJ. Godfather 2 is greater than Godfather. That's a pretty hot take, although not really. I guess it's about half and half probably with Godfather fans.
Yeah, I mean they're both amazing.
Yeah.
It almost feels just like a continuation of one long movie, which is great. Yeah, there's some awesome stuff in Godfather 2. I talked to someone. My wife and I were in Italy like 2 years ago, and we went on a Godfather tour in Sicily where you could get a drink at the bar where Al Pacino meets his Italian wife for the first time.
Really? That bar's still there?
Yeah, the bar is still there. That sign on the wall is still there. It's pretty cool. And someone on the tour I was just chatting with said he said if there was a separate movie that was just about a young Vito Corleone, so a young Robert De Niro just working the olive oil shop, and the movie was like 5 hours long, like he would just watch that. So that was like probably his favorite like sequence of any movie he's ever seen. Was just watching that like slowly develop over time. So I thought that was a fun conversation to have with that guy.
That sounds like a great tour.
It was really interesting.
And the less said about part 3, the better.
Oh yeah, we won't even bring that up. Nice.
Hey, Robert, Peter, thanks for joining us.
Robert says people selling Acuna are just trying to get what they can at this point. And yeah, unfortunately, Jeff and I did punt on a card a couple of days ago. And we may be doing it on a couple others, but we'll see. It's tough. Dubs Collectibles says Acuna's are flooding eBay. I haven't seen a ton, but I honestly really wasn't looking right away. It's a little
fresh.
Yeah, fresh.
Yeah, I get it. All right, so trades. People were excited in the chat to hear about a trade. Trades are the backbone of the hobby. So do you want to set this trade up a little bit? Because Chris commandeered this particular trade.
So it's kind of sad at this point. It's a more sad trade than it was a couple weeks ago, unfortunately.
Or it would have been a couple months ago, even. Yeah.
So I think we talked about it a couple weeks ago, but the 2016 update SSPs are crazy rare. They're up there, all-star variations. You almost never see them for sale. There's like pictures of them on the internet, but that's about it. It's like that Jerry Lewis Holocaust movie, Jeff. There's like pictures on the internet, but no one's ever actually seen it. But yeah, so a PSA 10 of the Trout came up on eBay, and it was snatched up by a good buddy of ours on Instagram, who also had a PSA 8. And so he messaged me because I happen to have an Acuna in a 10 that he wants because he only has a 9. So we went back and forth, and we made a deal.
We got a trade done. Yeah, we really wanted that Trout, and of course, Trout's market is down a little bit because he's hurt, just like Acuna. But this is a very rare card. I think we've only seen a couple of them pop up. We only know the location of what, 3 of them, maybe?
3, yeah. There's the PSA 10, the 8, and then that SGC 9.5 sold.
So this is very exciting to actually have this card in hand because we had only seen it in pictures.
Yeah.
There it is.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, it might be Mike Trout's rarest, like, Topps flagship card.
Yeah, let's see if I can get a.
Oh, that's me.
Wait, I can do it. I can do it.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah.
Yeah, I got the Padres colors on.
Yeah, we're really excited to get, and that's one of those cards too. Like, it's so rare that the grade, I mean, doesn't really matter, at least in our minds.
So do you want to mention what the Acuna was that you guys swapped?
Well, yeah, I think you have it there, don't you? So I
do.
You should have the 9. So yeah, I traded him my 2022 Ultra SP Acuna, like the World Series celebration card, which I had in a PSA 10, and he had a 9. So my half of the deal was trading down from a 10 to a 9, and then Jeff's half. Jeff kicked in the money half. But at the end of the day, I still have that Acuna card, and we're so excited to pick up that Trout. I will confess, the 9 on that Acuna, when I put it next to the Freddie Freeman that I have in a 10, it will bother me over time. It may itch, like it may just like eat away at me, but I'm really pumped to get that Trout in the collection, Jeff.
I'm excited about it too. Yeah, and it's too bad that these are 2 superstars that neither of them are playing, but hopefully they'll both be back.
Absolutely. I wanted to, so I saw some Ozzy Albies chatter. And yes, I agree. Los Bravos 34 card collector. I do agree. I think he does have kind of a sneaky Hall of Fame case slowly building in terms of just number of hits. The guy gets hits, gets extra base hits, he gets RBIs. He's racked up a couple of 30 home run, 100 RBI seasons. Not many second basemen do that, especially when they're like 5'2". But yeah, I mean, that one season where he got hurt, like 2 fluke injuries, that kind of messed him up a little bit, but he is also still young and he's in a great lineup.
How old is he?
Sorry, a theoretically great lineup. I think he's 27. I think he's 1 year older than Acuna is. So yeah, I mean, he's kind of like a less powerful Devers. Like he just racks up hits. He doesn't walk a ton. So he's probably never going to be a big WAR guy, but a second baseman with 2,500 plus hits, with over 1,000 RBIs, I'm guessing that's a very short list.
Yeah. Thank you for the congrats on the trade. We're happy to get this. Cardboard Showcase had a comment here. Sorry that we beat you to it.
Yeah, that's okay. You can wipe your tears with that 2013 Chrome Trout SSP gem that you just picked up.
Yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, I am sorry to beat you to it there. But yeah, it was fortunate. It was one of those things where, like, it's a very satisfying trade on both ends. I think, like, Steven was very, very happy with what he got, and then we're happy with what we got. Money-wise, I don't know, Jeff. We may have slightly overpaid. We may have slightly underpaid. I'm not sure. But both halves are very happy, and that's best case scenario.
Yes. And DJS also has a very important question. You guys split time holding the cards to enjoy them. This Trout, we might just do that. We might just do that with this Trout, huh?
Yeah, I think we should save it. We shouldn't post it until next Thursday, Jeff, because next Thursday is, of course, SSP Thursday. But Jeff has a really good security system at his house. If you ever seen the movie Panic Room, that's pretty much where Jeff keeps the cards there. So most of our good stuff is there, which is where it should be.
Junior said somebody on Facebook was selling the Acuna blue-red jersey PSA 10 for $425. Trying to think what that got up to.
It got up over $1,000 at one point during the craziness of 2021.
Yes, but I mean, recently it's been down from there.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I'm guessing it's going to be like probably in the low 300s. By when the calendar flips to 2025. But it's such a cool looking card. A lot of color on it.
People were asking about when we thought the best time to buy, if you want to buy into Acuna, and I just think there's going to be plenty of opportunities in the off season. Yeah,
the longer he's out of the sort of the public eye, the better it should be for his card. It's tempting right now because, like someone said, a lot of stuff has shown up on eBay. I'm going to start looking. I shouldn't, but I'll always be interested. Like that Trout and like the Acuna, I think the super rare stuff, Jeff, will always stay in demand.
Yes, and you might see some of that come out. We've seen it before where something good happens or something bad happens, and some really rare cards come out of the woodwork. And if something rare comes out, this might be the only time you see it. If you wait till the winter, you might have lost your chance.
Yeah, I think like he's got a bunch of rookies and all those Bowmans. I think that the prices there's probably going to be some blood in the water, but the really rare stuff, I feel like it's still always a seller's market because there's just so little of it out there.
Yeah, agreed.
I do like that that red blue jersey Uni Aguera, but I bet it gets lower because there's a decent number of those. I think the PSA 10 is over 300. I think. I shouldn't talk out of my rear end, but I believe it's over 300.
Yeah, sadly, those will probably go down.
Yeah, sad but true. By the way, if anyone wants to give me a score update on the Braves game, I'd appreciate it. Or don't actually. It might be better for my well-being. Yeah, that's one thing. Yeah, Doc's card says 2026 NL MVP Acuna. Yeah, he did say in between what looked like, I mean, he and Trout had similar reactions to the media. Like they were both kind of holding back some emotions. But he did say, maybe like he's trying to take it all in stride. Like it stinks, but he said like, last time I came back and I won an MVP, maybe I could do it again and help the team. So fingers crossed. He gets surgery on Tuesday. Still 3-1.
Royale sent an offer to buy a Sapphire for $1,800. Tell us you got it. If you got it, I think that's a great price. I've got one, and I'm gonna sell it or look to sell it possibly, but I can't go that low. I just want to hold it for that.
Yeah, I mean, at some price point. I mean, we can play the old "what are you into it for" game, but there is a price point where I think most people just the emotion of the card and how much they like it will stop us from selling it below a certain level,
certain threshold, right?
Oh yeah. Oh man, but good luck.
Yeah,
Mike, Panic Room is great. I'm not sure I would go so far as to call it a horror movie, but it's definitely the best acting performance of Dwight Yoakam's very brief film career. But Forrest Whitaker is great.
Hey, he was great in Sling Blade too.
Well, he's got a niche.
Yeah.
And Jared Leto is also great. And it's definitely like that's the movie that convinced me that one of David Fincher, a director, one of his favorite pastimes is just brutalizing Jared Leto on camera. So I don't know if like subconsciously he hates like how handsome that guy is, but he's always like beating the hell out of him in Fight Club, setting him on fire in Panic Room, just really uglying him up.
Yeah, but Panic Room is great. Love that movie. It's very rewatchable too. Have you ever went back?
Yeah, really great opening credits. Like very ominous opening credits. Not quite Watchmen level, but really great.
Thank you, Mike. I appreciate the voice compliment. And yes, as M. Parsons pointed out, I got to be a stormtrooper. So that's the highlight of my
existence.
My voice. Yeah, my existence. Yeah. True. Lucky Peter says, I'm holding my Black Heritage Refractor.
That's a cool card.
Great card.
Yeah, that's a really cool card. All right, if I'm understanding in the comments here, Dwight Yoakam was also in Red Rock West, which I believe is a Nicolas Cage movie, I think. Did Dennis Hopper? I think that's right.
Yeah.
Cardboard Showcase, is he in Wedding Crashers? He might have like a little cameo in Wedding Crashers.
We're going to have to go dig deep into the Dwight
Yoakam's filmography.
Yeah, filmography, and maybe come up with our top 5 Yoakam
performances.
Yeah.
I'm still saying Panic Room is number 1. Like
for his performance.
Yeah, for his performance. Like he's surprisingly good in that one. But anyway. Yeah, David Fincher credits. Like 7 was also great. I mean, we don't want to sidetrack this away from baseball cards, but this could very easily for Jeff and I become a David Fincher chat, and it would take 4 hours.
Yeah. And I was on set on one of his movies I worked on. It was Gone Girl, and there was like a simple scene, and I swear they set up and did it at least 40 times.
Oh yeah. Thankfully, he isn't quite as bad as Kubrick. Like he hasn't had a Shelley Duvall situation come up yet, where he is like just broken a person on set. But yeah, he does just like to go. I've read that a bunch of times. He goes over and over and over and over and over. Wants every single option, and then probably just puts the first take in the movie.
Probably does. Yeah. All right. So before we get too sidetracked on movies, because we could talk all day about that. What did you want to bring up some IG stuff?
Oh yeah, we could do some recent pickups. Yeah.
Yeah.
I see Royal Benjamin just picked up a really nice Michael Harris card.
Oh.
And he's just one of, the whole team. No one on the team can hit, and he's just, except for Ozuna. It's pretty much Ozuna versus the Nationals. It's Ozuna versus whoever. But yeah, Harris looks very confused at the plate. It's tough, but his defense is still absolutely incredible. Jeff, I have to point out that our boy Kelnick really should have. He dropped the ball today. It was a tough play, but I expect Kelnick to make every catch.
Hey, but didn't he get a hit? He got a hit today.
He tripled.
Maybe an RBI. Yeah.
Yes, he tripled and scored, and he's fat. Yeah, he was really fired up too. I think he felt like he owed the team a run. Okay, let's get into some Instagram pickups. Some cards that we saw people get on Instagram that made us excited. Yep. I am attempting a new thing here. I'm going to see if this works. It should work. All right, there's a guy on Instagram. His name is Dev Collector, D-E-V Collector. And he completed a run this week that is really impressive. And that's kind of stuff that like Jeff and I love to see. So yeah. I'm going to hope that this will play when I share my screen. So give me a second. Okay. Hopefully you guys can see what we're looking at. All right, it's playing. Good. So he was able to pick up the 2011 Gold Finest Chipper Jones, which gave him a complete run of every finest gold refractor that Chipper Jones has. And just look at the color in this lineup, Jeff. This is incredible. Look at that 2011.
Oh, there it is. I see that's one I recognize.
Yeah. Look at the shine.
Wow. So is it chronological? Like continuous chronological?
Yeah, I'm not sure what order he has them in. Yeah, it looks like, that first one I think is 95.
95.
Or 96, okay. I think. 95 or 96. Yeah, and so this is going chronologically, yeah. Yeah, left to right and then top to bottom. It's just so cool to see this type of thing get finished.
Yeah, that's really impressive.
Yeah, Shelly the Turtle says, my eyes. Yeah, the goggles do nothing. Yeah, put some sunglasses on. But yeah, this is awesome. And obviously I'm a big Chipper Jones fan. And I love Topps Finest and the fact they've been doing gold refractors,
When was the first year? Was that 95? Was that the first year of gold refractors?
For golds, I want to say it was 96. 93 was the first year of Finest and the first year of any refractor made by Topps. But yeah, I think that 96 right there, that's going to be the first year of golds. But this is just really cool. So Dev Collector, if anyone knows him, feel free to please give him a shout out. If you're in here, congratulations. Like, this is awesome.
And if if you happen to be in here or see this video, let us know in the comments. I'm interested to know if you plan on, I see a few are graded and a few are in one touches. You either plan on grading the rest of them or taking the graded ones, cracking them out and putting them in one touches. I'm just always interested when you see a run like this for continuity purposes. I know that bothers some people. I'm not sure.
Yeah, Jeff and I both have a low grade OCD, so stuff like that might irritate us at some point. But all that gold just really does look incredible.
Beautiful.
Yeah, I see Ben or 14. The finest golds are fire. If I'm not mistaken, Ben is working on a Freddie Freeman run similar to this Chipper Jones. So good luck to you, Ben.
Oh wow. Yeah.
I shouldn't say that kind of stuff out loud. I think the last thing I talked about that Ben was trying to do, I may have accidentally prevented him from doing it. So. Maybe I shouldn't talk about it.
All right. Pretend you didn't hear that, everybody.
Yeah, pretend you didn't hear that. All right. So that's one. I also wanted to give a quick shout out to our good Instagram buddy, BGZ Slabs, who is one of the biggest Yordan Alvarez collectors out there.
Oh, yeah.
So we talked about him a couple weeks ago. He picked up the Superfractor of this card. And now the first Shimmer auto that I've ever seen available for sale came up. And of course, it's a PSA 10 because the quality control in 2020 is so good, Jeff. And this card is just, my goodness. What an image. So congrats to him for picking this one up.
Now, while you've got that up there, what are your thoughts on him this year? Is he just in a funk and we're going to see him snap out of it? Or is this the new normal for him?
I think he's in a funk. But so many people are in a funk. He's also the kind of guy, after April, everyone was like, oh, Judge is done. And after May, everyone's like, oh, Judge is the MVP. So, I feel like Yordan could do that. He's a 25-game stretch away from being everything that we expected him to be. Same thing with all these guys struggling. Like Julio could have a huge June. So I'm not worried about him. He's just too good.
I know, it's just he's really getting overshadowed by Mr. Kyle Tucker in that lineup.
Absolutely. But I mean, that's just Kyle Tucker's off to a great start. Oh, that is 2 away on the Freddies.
Oh, check that. 3.
Oh, 3. Oh, that's not as impressive then. Hopefully you have all the Braves ones at least. Yeah, showing the total. The angle is perfect. Like, this is a poster almost more than it is a card, and they got the auto in just the right spot. I don't have any shimmer autos. It's something Jeff and I both really want. I still am haunted by that Ohtani we didn't buy.
Yeah. Amari Smith, this is more of an indictment of batting average, I believe, than of Kyle Tucker.
Or maybe that means Jordan's trending in the right direction.
Well, let's hopefully.
Yeah.
Chris, this would be very interesting to you. Look at Aldis.
Okay. I'm not even going to attempt to say that. I own a 2018. Oh, that is gorgeous. Yeah. Oh, man. He's got some great Stadium Club images, too.
Hey, if you're on IG, send us a link to that. We'd like to give you take a look at that and give you a shout out.
Yeah, please. Yeah, those are awesome. I think our boy Clean Cards has the full Freddie Freeman gold minted run. But yeah, I'd love to see. I feel like Arenado doesn't get a lot of hobby love, and he deserves a lot more. So yeah, please share that with us if you can.
And Dave's working on Chipper.
Oh, yeah. Nice. Yeah, Chipper's got some really good images in Stadium Club. Oh, God. Audaldus? Let's pretend I said that right. Does Arenado have a 17? I think 17 was the first year of gold minted, but I don't know if he's on that checklist or not. But congrats, man. You got to keep that going. We should get 2024 Stadium Club, and hopefully with whatever they're doing with Chrome and Stadium Club, they do keep the gold minted because
I'd love. Yeah, they've got to. So shield your eyes from this comment, Chris.
Yeah, I know. Well, I know. It hurts. It hurts. I mean, that's like, I feel like, yeah, it's one of those times Jeff and I got caught, sitting on our hands. We couldn't pull the trigger. We were waffling back and forth. And, somebody beat us to it. And congrats to them, to the, what is it? The early bird gets the worm or something like that. I don't know. We didn't get the worm that day, Jeff.
We did not get the worm. And sometimes we've talked about this, well, before then, but even more since then. Sometimes you just have to hit that buy it now.
You just got to smash it. Yeah. It was a pretty big buy it now, Jeff, but I'm pretty sure it was also a reasonable buy it now.
Yeah. Oh, we got a potential Kershaw run going.
Oh, James is working on the Kershaw. Yeah, he was talking to me about this on Tuesday. Yeah, dude, you got to put this together. You got to get the one with the horses because he's in it every single year. So that would be amazing to see. Maybe put them all in one page or something in a binder. They're all in one touches. That would look awesome.
We passed on it because we were too slow. I think Aaron Davies has the proper term. Some days you are the worm. Yeah.
Yep. Very, very, very true. Yeah. Yeah. That was a bummer.
Jim in Florida's got a question. Chris, this is a very timely question.
It is a very timely question, Jeff.
How ridiculous is $429 a box for Sapphire? Remember, there's 32 cards in there for $429. Wow. Why is it so timely for us, Chris?
Jeff and I just dropped a video about this on our YouTube channel. We each chose 3 or 4 cards we'd rather spend that $429 on. And I want to go a step further and say I think the whole idea of Bowman Sapphire is stupid, and I really wish they didn't do it. Because like the number one card of every player you want, Jeff, is their first Bowman Chrome auto.
Yeah.
So if they're giving us a first Bowman Chrome Sapphire auto, aren't they just devaluing? Like, which one of these are we supposed to want? This one isn't the first, in my opinion. This came out after. So I think this whole product is completely worthless, in my opinion. I don't like it. I think they're watering down Sapphire too much. And I had zero interest in any of these.
Agreed. And it's all prospects, right? So there's no chance at rookie autos in this.
Nope. 150 prospects. Maybe 12 will pan out. Maybe. And even if they do, I mean, if Dylan Cruz becomes awesome and Jeff and I are like, okay, we're going to go buy his first Bowman Chrome auto. We're not buying his Sapphire. I'm not interested in that. We're going to go to the Bowman Chrome auto that came first. That's going to be the card that we want. I think that's going to be the card the hobby wants. I don't see the need for this product at all.
Ryan, I'm a Monty member too, and this is one of the sets or the boxes that was a surprise. They had a list at the beginning of the year of which ones we're going to get pre-sales on. This was a surprise. So I was excited when I got the email. I thought maybe it'd have a reasonable price. And then when I saw it the next day, as you said, I just couldn't justify it. I love the look of Sapphire as well.
Mhm.
It looks great. But
Yeah.
like Chris said, it's just kind of diluting both the Sapphire brand and the first Bowman brand.
Yes. What I would love, and obviously I'm not in charge of Topps, and there's a very good reason for that, but I just feel like there should be one Sapphire set. Give us one Topps Chrome Sapphire set, incorporate any parts of regular Topps Chrome and Topps Chrome Update. Like make it the end of the year. I'm totally fine with a giant checklist, 600 cards, whatever they want to do to make it hard to get the big names, make all the autos on card, and that would keep it special. But when we get Bowman Sapphire, Bowman Chrome Sapphire, Bowman Draft Sapphire, Topps Chrome Sapphire, and Topps Chrome Update Sapphire, it's too much. Like that's 5 sets. I feel like now we've diluted what Sapphire should be. And it's
Agreed. Over the years says there's 2 rookie cards on the checklist. All right.
Wyatt Langford is on the auto checklist, but that's not a rookie card. If that's one of the 2 you were thinking of, that's just going to be his last.
Still a prospect.
Still a prospect card.
Prospect.
No RC on that one. But yeah, it's just I don't know. It's too much. It's getting to be too much of everything, and the Sapphire thing especially bums me out.
Lincoln Thomas has a card on here that would join our video.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah, I would do that in a heartbeat, especially with the chicken chunks, even without the chicken chunks.
Yeah, I would take without the chicken chunks, but man, that's yeah. So if you haven't watched our video, please watch it because we always talk about buying singles is the way to go compared to buying wax. It's not as much fun, but especially this product for 32 cards, it's not going to be a whole evening of fun that you're paying for as well. So we decided to do a little bit of a series, and we might continue doing it where we actually would pick out what direction we would head with that amount. He says Ellie's in there.
Ellie is, I am 99% sure Ellie De La Cruz is not. He was in the Bowman release, but he is not on that checklist. I am 99% sure. It is possible that I missed him, but no, he's definitely not on that checklist. I was reading the Topps release, and they said it's all prospects as well. So I feel fairly confident I didn't mess this up. But over the years, if I'm wrong, like please double check and let me know.
Chris, we got a throwback question here. Is 89 Griffey Upper Deck the best 80s card?
It's the most printed 80s card.
True.
Is it the best 80s card? I mean, we could do a whole episode on this, Jeff. Maybe we should hold off on even answering.
Yeah, that's a great question, Mike. I think you're right. Let's do a whole conversation about that.
It's definitely it's in there. It's in the top 5. Absolutely. I think there could be arguments for that, for the 84, one of the 84 Mattingly's, the 83 traded Strawberry, the 82 Ripkins, the Henderson from 80. And pretty much any card from 87 Topps, Jeff, almost deserves mention for the design alone.
Or all those 86 update sets and Donruss the rookies. Those are some great cards. Yeah, there's just so many cards. I guess we're talking best meaning most expensive, most iconic. There's a lot we could dig into there. So yeah. It's a great question, but we'll have to yes, we'll do an app on it.
Okay, hold on. I want to over the year sports. What would be cool would be to short print Sapphire cards and mix them in with Bowman releases. To kind of maybe like make them like hidden gems, which I think were in about almost every Topps product last year. It could be interesting. Like I said, I wouldn't mind. They do look amazing in hand. They are really attractive cards, but when you get 5 sets of them.
Right. It becomes too much. And it's great if it's a parallel. So make it as a Topps Chrome parallel instead of so many standalone products, I think.
Yeah, agreed. Yeah, I think maybe what we will do, because honestly, with the Acuna injury, I would enjoy talking about older cards for at least an episode. And Jeff and I can go through some of our own collections and pull out our favorite cards that we own from the 80s.
Yeah.
Which would be really fun. But yeah, we'll definitely do this. Maybe we'll do this.
Do you own a Billy Ripken?
I do, but I put it in my bar top. It's in my table.
I've never owned one. I mean, I've owned the various corrected versions. I've never had the.
Yeah, I mean, I always wanted one of the whiteouts, and then when I saw those like saw cut ones that somehow got into packs, I always wanted one of those. They usually like one guy at Burbank will have one of those saw cuts. And those are
Yeah,
just really cool to see.
that'd be a fun run to see together. I don't know if I've seen that. All the different variations.
Yeah, Dave's Braves cards. We should definitely do this because this would be really fun. Mike, I don't know if this card would make it. I got to be honest with you.
You know what, Kevin McReynolds, didn't he have I want to say 84 Donruss?
He's a rated rookie in the 84 Donruss set.
From the Padres. I had that card, and I really thought it was that was along with my Howard Johnson rookie from the Tigers. Those are two that I was certain I was going to be able to retire on.
Yes, the 83 Fleer Howard Johnson was kind of like close above his face. Like I remember that card being like, I lived in New Jersey. That was like a $25 card if you could find one for sale.
Wow. I wish I could have sold it for that then, man.
It is amazing the cards from the early 80s, Jeff, that we can still easily picture in our heads.
Yeah.
Yet I will use the navigation in my car to go get a haircut at the same place I've gone for the last 2 years.
Yep. That's just a good use of brain storage.
It sure is. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. All right. Did you have another IG shout out you wanted?
Yes. Okay. So this one is a little bit painful. I talked to this guy a decent amount. Maybe he's here, maybe he's not. If he is, I don't know. It's still an amazing card. I had like a Grail Acuna card that I really, really wanted, that I desperately wanted. I knew one guy that had it, and he decided to sell it. So he had it up for sale, and he and I were talking, and I didn't have the money, and I didn't want to buy it in advance and then try to sell some other stuff to pay for it. I was like, if you can wait, but if you get an offer you like, and then he messaged me like 24 hours later. He's like, look, I have this offer, and he took it, and I totally fine with that. I would have done the same thing. So I was excited. He didn't tell me who bought it, but I was excited to see it when it popped up on Instagram.
You knew it would pop up.
Yeah, I knew it would pop up. So this is the card. I love this card. This is one of those cards that even though the injury happened, I still think this card is amazing. It's just spectacular.
Yeah. So
this is his 2019, his second year Topps Chrome image variation, which is this awesome shot. Kneeling, and now obviously just saying that, I feel like the fact that we're talking about his knees on a card is just a kind of a kick in the groin. Yeah. But his red refractor here, not speckles like it would be now. Numbered out of 5. This card is just absolutely gorgeous. If it were in a PSA 6, I'd still be obsessed with it. So yeah, he posted this a couple days ago.
And can you give a shout out to his name? I can't quite.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's ironically, this is owned by Nines Are Fine on Instagram. Nines Are Fine. Yet this is very clearly an absolutely beautiful, flawless PSA 10.
Well, that's his parenthetical name. 9s are fine, but 10s are better.
Yeah, and I like looking at the comments because all these people that are commenting are people that like I basically talk to fairly regularly. This card is just, man.
Look at the
color. Might be one of it's in the top 5 of best looking Acuna cards that exist. I love this card.
Yeah, the white just pops so much with that all red background.
Yes, and 2019 was I think the first year really. Maybe they did in 2017 too, but in 2019, they kept the gold cups on all the variations.
Finally,
so down there.
Yeah,
down there in the bottom where gold cups belong.
Yes,
shouldn't be hovering at the top. They should be at the bottom
or in the middle, right over his.
Yeah, but this card is great. This card is great. You can see his shapely glutes here. Just wanted to throw that out there because my mouth was getting a little bit dry.
So Abel has some information here. There are rookies in the checklist, but base, not autos. So he says there's a base of Elly De La Cruz and Junior Caminero.
Is that right? All right. Well, I'm glad I didn't mention that in our video, Jeff, because I would have been wrong.
And I'd like to give a shout out. I think this is the first time Eric Hansen has been mentioned on the show.
I don't even know who that is.
Yeah, Seattle Mariners pitcher.
Oh, okay.
Very prominent nose. Todd Van Poppel, of course.
Oh, absolutely. The 91 Upper Deck.
Matt, this is a great card. I posted this on my Instagram, I don't know, several months ago because I found it in my Pete Rose collection.
Oh, the update.
Yeah.
Yeah, he also has that card in what's it called?
He's on the Expos.
Yeah, I think he's in like 85 Donruss. I think he has an Expo card too. I think.
Oh, that's the one I posted. Yeah, the trade 84 Topps traded. I did not have that card. That's too rare.
He's also got an 84 Fleer traded, which is like it's probably the best non-rookie in that set. I mean, it has to be the best non-rookie in that set, doesn't it?
That Fleer traded set's pretty great.
Yes, that's a staple of any best of 80s list. Hold on.
M. Parson says he's no Dave Hansen.
Very true.
He's no Chris Hansen either. Come in and take a seat.
Ooh, uh-oh.
What?
Nothing. I just went on to. I feel like I needed to get this squared away. So I went on to I'm on Beckett. I'm looking at the Bowman Sapphire checklist. I don't see Ellie De La Cruz on it. What was the card number in the chat, Jeff?
I believe it was 7. BSS 7. Bowman Sapphire something. Is it an insert?
The base set checklist, BCP, Bowman or I don't know what BCP even stands for. Bowman Prospects.
Bowman Chrome Prospects, yeah.
Okay, well that's Bowman Chrome. Why would I'm on the Sapphire checklist on Beckett, and card number 7, for whatever it's worth, is Dernishi Valdez of the Chicago.
Yeah, the fact that it's BSS, which is not a usual nomenclature on Bowman, makes me think that it must be some sort of insert.
Oh, okay. Yes. Okay. So they are, all right, I got it. They are both in what's called the Sapphire Selections insert set.
Yep. Donnie and Ryan, thank you. Yep.
All right, I see that now. Yeah, with Pete Crow Armstrong, Spencer Jones.
No official base cards or autos. All right.
Yeah. And I'm gonna guess. I mean, I wonder if those two cards will have RCs on them. We'll have to wait and see. I don't know.
Yeah, sometimes with the inserts they don't, or they.
Yeah, I mean, it depends. Like if the inserts are in a set before, I feel like if there's a base card with an RC, the inserts will have an RC. But if the base cards don't, the inserts won't. I don't know.
Yeah,
we'll have to wait and see. Some of those will pop up.
Yeah. Does knowing that those two are in there change your mind about buying the box or the value?
No,
of the box.
It does not. So I think that insert set's like a case hit, so you're not going to get one of those anyway.
Yeah.
I mean, I shouldn't be so negative. You have a chance to get one of those. It's just not what one would describe as a good chance.
So over the years, the rookie autos I was talking about are in Bowman Megas, Ellie and Dominguez, only 2 rookie card autos in the mega boxes.
Yeah, I know sometimes those mega boxes will have like Acuna is in a 2018 Bowman mega box. He's got that towel on his head image.
Yeah.
Usually, like for a lot of guys, it's the very last Chrome card. Or I'm sorry, the very last prospect card.
Prospect card.
Yeah. And his is great. And I know Guerrero has one too, kind of like jumping up and down with sticker autos. Tatis has one, I think, as well. And of course, our good friend Wander Franco. That's the bat on shoulder card, right?
Yeah. Yeah, Wander. There's another guy who caused a great deal of value to be lost overnight in the hobby. Another cautionary tale.
Oh, Mike is also referencing, if we get back to the 80s, that 82 Fleer error of Al Habrowski. But I think the better error is the Littlefield. And I want to say is that 81 or 82, Jeff?
I think that's 82 Fleer also, the reverse negative.
Yes.
Oh, man, I love the 80s errors all the way up to the Dale Murphy. Yeah, there were some great errors.
Yeah.
They were always too expensive for me to get. I just had the smaller tier errors back then. But yeah, I loved seeing those. I don't know what they're worth now.
I think I bet they still sell for good money, and I doubt there's very many graded by PSA and BGS. I'm gonna make it a goal of mine by the end of this year to get a Dale Murphy upper deck reverse negative because I love that card. I've always wanted one, and I've never had one. So I'm saying it right now. It's May 30th. By our last December show, I will have that card in my possession.
That card was so. Littlefield is also 82, Matt. Thank you. That's what I thought. That card, I remember looking in the Beckett, and you'd look down the values, and you had Ken Griffey was like $10, and then you get to Dale Murphy air $150. Just insane.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
There was
Speaking of airs, this is one Chris and I have been lucky enough to see at a couple shows.
Yeah, the guy at Burbank had 2 at one of the Burbank shows we went to, and I know one sold for like $4,000. I watched this guy just shell out $400 bills for it. It was like a BGS 7.5 or something, but those are so cool. So cool.
Yes, there are some serious iconic error cards from that
Ooh.
decade.
So I was in a baseball card club in 1989. It was my elementary school. I think I've mentioned it before.
Yeah.
And there was a guy in there who was kind of a jerk. He was like, I think I was a 5th grader and he was a 6th grader. So he was like kind of trying to bully the younger kids.
Sure.
But he learned that if you just took a pencil eraser, you could erase stuff off. You could erase the black ink off of those 89 upper decks. So he came in one day with like a bunch of cards that with like no name errors. And I think like the position, was gone or the logo was erased. And for like 5 minutes, the room was just abuzz with these new error cards. And like people were talking about trading Will Clark rookies and Bo Jacksons. And I think it was a teacher, actually, our like faculty advisor was like, hey, like knock that off. Like, I know you made those. Like, you're not allowed to trade those in here.
I remember the eraser, using the eraser and figuring that out. Yeah. A sort of make your own error.
Yeah. So hopefully you weren't bullying the younger kids in your elementary school, Jeff, with bad trade offers.
No, there weren't a lot of card collectors. We'll just leave it at that. There weren't a lot of card collectors. I was kind of a nerd on my own.
Oh, please.
As it were.
As it were. Oh, what was I gonna say? Yeah, Mike, I went to some shows too in like the late 90s. Just kind of like moving some stuff around. In fact, in 2000, I sold a whole bunch of cards. I raised about $2,300 at this card show to take my girlfriend to Disney World for 5 days. Still, maybe the most romantic gesture of my life.
Trading away all those cards. Do you remember any of the specific cards that you let go at that time?
Oh yeah, so this was like, again, this was the year. It was just the spring of 2000.
Okay.
So I think the most expensive card I sold that day was an 85 Topps Mark McGwire.
Oh, the Olympic team?
Yep. I think I also had like the 92 update Nomar card, which was still going for like $120 at the time before people realized, oh, hey, there's like a million box sets of that. I had all these inserts from like the mid 90s, like all my Cal Ripken Jr. inserts. I actually sold to one woman from Baltimore who said she came just to buy Ripkins and like no one seemed to have them. And then she found my table and she just like went berserk. So I had like all the Leaf, like all the stat standouts, all the Fleer Ultra inserts, the Leaf inserts from like the early to mid 90s. And she went hog wild. So that was kind of fun to talk to her. She's a huge Cal Ripken fan. I bet her collection these days is outrageous.
Yeah.
There's only one card I regret selling though, Jeff. It would probably have been a 7 if I were to grade it today, but I did have a Derek Jeter foil rookie out of SP. It was not in perfect condition, but I sold it for $80 that day.
Probably worth more than that right now.
Probably. It wasn't a PSA 10, so I'm comfortable with that because that would, if I had to sit back and think about how clean that card was, but I know it wasn't in great shape, and I'm not a huge Jeter fan, but that's definitely of all the cards I sold, that's probably the one that,
that's the one that would have had some staying power. Yeah, you were smart to unload a lot of those when you did.
Wow. Smart, horny, whatever it was.
Well, Doc can understand what you're saying.
Oh, I sold them. Yeah, there's, we got to weigh these things. The value of possessions versus experiences, which I think is still a thing people talk about all the time, what to spend their money on, items or adventures. And in hindsight, it was definitely it worked out. That was a good idea. Yeah. This is funny. Lincoln Thomas, the first rule of baseball card club is you don't talk about baseball card club.
Unless you're getting lit up by a 6th grader trying to pass off these cards as errors.
Oh, Doc's card. So it definitely worked out. His Buster Posey. So just consider it like I was going to say like a dowry, but I guess that would have gone the other way.
Maybe. It's the modern dowry.
This is great. Mike says his favorite 80s card is a Dwight Gooden. He cut out of the box. As a matter of fact, there it is.
There it is, right there.
That's really cool.
Yes.
Yeah, Professor's Dugout says $2,300 would barely pay for a day at Disney now. I've seen some of those people talking about the prices, but my goodness, it's outrageous. I don't get it. I don't know.
It's expensive, I tell you.
Yeah, I mean, I guess they got to pay for all the Star Wars content. They've got to pay for Jeff's outrageous Bad Batch contract all the writers that are in Jeff's voiceover contracts these days.
Yeah, it's they got to make their money somehow. So please keep going to Disney so I can keep working.
Yeah, I mean, how
Dave
many
mentioned
bowls of only blue M&Ms does Jeff need? I mean, for goodness sake.
that's right. I've got my demands. I got to meet them. And we looked at this in depth, and it's not exactly the same image, correct? It's the same photo shoot. It's just slightly later, like the ball's further out of his hand or not as far out of his hand.
I think you talked about this when Phil was filling in for me.
Yeah.
All right, well,
that can be put that on the tab for the 80s show.
Yeah, we'll do it. Yeah, absolutely. Any Dwight Gooden card. We give our good buddy. We'll talk about. Maybe when we'll do the 80s show. I'll talk about a guy who's trying to get as many Dwight Gooden Topps rookies as he can possibly find. Be a really fun binder to flip through.
Yeah, I think you're going crazy.
RCA day 3 so far. No, that's all I'm going to say about that. So far we have avoided that topic or not properly addressed it. Whoever you want to.
What's up, Spider? You are not too late. We've just been talking about cards. And Chris was just finishing his IG shout-outs. I think there were a couple eBay sales though that we wanted to get to.
Yes, this one is just this one is quick. I just wanted to point out the Mookie market. Oh, whoops, sorry. There we go. The Mookie market, which is fun to say, is definitely on. It's unlike the Acuna market. The Mookie market is on its way up. This one sold on May 26th, and this is the very first time. And Jeff, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe this is the first time this Mookie Gold rookie in a 10 has crept up over 4K.
It cleared 4K. Good. I mean, it should.
Very underrated card. It's not at a 50, but there's only 2 parallels of this, as we all know. This card is really, really attractive. A really beautiful card in hand. I think the last sale was like 37 and change. So Mookie's on the way up.
Yeah, and we've talked about the lack of rookie cards for Mookie, so it's not surprising that people are starting to recognize that there's very few. I mean, this gold is strange out of that year because it's out of 250 instead of the usual 50 for some unknown reason. But he's only got 2 parallels, right, Chris?
Correct. Gold and black. That's it.
Yeah.
And if you look at the PSA pop, there's not very many of either that have been graded. Gold's at a 250, like Jeff said. Black's at a 99. But I think there's like 30 blacks and maybe 50 golds at PSA. These boxes are out there. The chrome were only in the blaster boxes. So that I think you get 2 packs of gold, 2 packs of chrome in every blaster box of paper update. There were no hobby boxes or anything.
They weren't even a standalone product then, for sure.
I actually had a really fun time when I was in Atlanta at Cards HQ. We opened up a blaster box of this on camera on their at their breaking arena, which was really fun, by the way. If you're anywhere near Atlanta, please go check out that shop and open something on camera and tell your friends to watch. We did pull a base Mookie, base paper Mookie, which was fun. And then we actually got a gold chrome refractor, the odds of which were like staggeringly against us, but it was CJ Chrome.
CJ Chrome.
But still, it was just really cool to see that gold shine.
Mookie does not sign. He has very few autographs. His only on-card autographs are from his rookie season of 2014. He's got a few 2015 autographs of leftover stickers.
Yep.
But he has not signed any Topps products, any licensed products since then.
No.
So
his only on-card autos are in
Dodgers Mookie auto.
Yeah, we're still waiting. Because he had that, I think he has a deal with Fanatics. So you can get like Fanatics, I think, memorabilia with his auto. Now that Fanatics and Topps are intertwined, we were hoping for some stuff, but we haven't seen it. I just wanted to talk to Mike real quick in the comments here. He posted this.
Oh.
So Mike traded an 89 Griffey Upper Deck rookie for a Brett Hall O-Pee-Chee rookie in 1990. Mike, you should not cry about this, and I will tell you why. I'm comfortable saying there are at least 100 times more Ken Griffey Jr. Upper Deck rookies than there are of that Brett Hall. They're both Hall of Famers, but Brett Hall scored a Stanley Cup winning goal, which unfortunately Griffey never played in a World Series. And while that goal was technically illegal and should have been disallowed, it still happened, and it still counts. So I don't hate that trade at all.
Well, there you go. I hope you feel a little better about that, Mike. Maybe you shouldn't cry about every day. Just try to do it every week.
I think you can go on eBay, Jeff, and if you just kind of shut your eyes and blindly type and click, you might accidentally buy an 89 Upper Deck Ken Griffey Jr. card. Like, they are not hard to find.
You
But
might.
I challenge you to track down an O-Pee-Chee Brett Hull rookie in good condition at a show.
Hold up. Kate's got a comment here. Did you talk about the new Mookie license autos that came out this week? No, I don't know anything about them. So, Kate,
Yeah. Kate, please educate us in the comments, please, because I've not heard anything about this.
And we're talking on cards, right? Or are we talking?
Yeah, is this memorabilia? Is this cards? The new Fanatics? I don't know what that word.
Fanatics, eminent Mookies. Okay, I don't even know what that is. So is that a new kind of set that they're branding Fanatics? Oh, it's an 8x10 card.
Ah.
So he's still not going through the traditional baseball card signing yet. I know he's got a Leaf card. Is that Leaf from last year?
If he has a Leaf card from last year, Jeff, I've never seen it.
I know he had signed in something else, but
that's interesting.
Not licensed. Okay, so I mean, maybe that's a start. We
an 8x10, yeah. So
Fanatics is leveraging their own name and selling more merchandise, autographed merchandise, maybe trying to build up a market for 8x10 cards. So Kate says,
if we know anything about Fanatics,
they look great. So you mean there's like sets of 8x10 cards now? Boxes of 8x10 cards? This is getting crazier by the minute.
Yeah, I mean, my whole world's turned upside down here, Jeff.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to look at
Imagine open a pack of 8x10 cards.
Yeah, oh my god. I mean, listen, I'll be honest. I love a good jumbo card.
Me too.
I really like oversized cards. The box toppers that have autos on them at Stadium Club are some of my favorite.
Especially
cards.
when they look like the smaller card. When they look like the bigger. Yeah, love it.
Yeah, there's some really great. Opening Day has their SP images on some box topper cards that are great. So an 8x10 card is intriguing. I thank you for cluing us into this.
All right, Kate, we're gonna have to look at this. It's $200 a box, a single card in the box, and folks buy one team. Oh, so they're breaking it. So I see what you're saying. They're on Fanatics Live breaking. So people buy in to buy one team, and then so they pay whatever it is, like $10, and they.
What's the design? What do they look like, Kate? Are they based on like the Topps flagship design? Because it's not like I was. Who wrote this? Where? Damn it. Yeah, thank you, Jeff. Yeah, Professor's Dugout says, can we just call this an 8x10 photo? Like, is it just a photo or does it look like a card? I mean, I feel like, Jeff, this is we're like live on cable news right here. We're getting.
I know this is breaking news. We need to figure out how to have a breaking news scrolling across the bottom, and Steven is right here.
Oh,
can you imagine if we started collecting 8x10s?
All
right. They're on eBay. 2 images, like a 54 Topps, Unier says. All right. Well, we'll have to check this out after the show and maybe have an emergency blabbing at some point. I did want to get to M. Parsons' comment, and this makes a lot of sense because he's maintained some health by doing this. Perhaps maybe that's why he is staying healthy and able to.
Yeah, I mean, that's a big part of it. That's the next. He has had a pretty good run of health. I want to get Mike's putting it in all caps, so let's take a minute to answer his question. Topps Tiffany cards from the 80s were like hobby only, so in theory they were sent. You could only be purchased by hobby shops.
Yeah,
as far as I know, they were never in packs. They're only in sets, and they all came sealed. And they're hard to find. I never saw one in the 80s. No. I didn't know what they were.
As a kid, it was just like you heard something about this, and even growing up, it was rare. Now they're cool to see. They're out there, but they are pretty pricey. So if you're gonna buy them,
all right. Canadians of the Hobby is gonna send us some of the oversized auto stuff on Instagram. Thanks, buddy. Yeah, we'll see. I mean, I think hopefully what I would interpret this to be, and I think Jeff said it before, this is hopefully a step in the right direction to get Mookie closer to signing a card. Because we all want that triple heritage auto. We need it.
Yes, we've talked about that before. Triple heritage Dodgers auto. Mookie, Freddie, and Ohtani. That would be great.
Yeah,
love to see
that'd be awesome. I'd even take like a Mookie Freeman celebrating their ping pong victory at Kershaw's like charity ping pong tournament. I mean, give me that with both autos, or at least make that an SSP in a Stadium Club.
Yeah, and then you could get the big one and maybe get it signed.
Yeah.
Junior, that's pretty cool. 87 Topps Tiffany. I mean, 87 is such an iconic set.
Yeah. Yeah. The 84 Tiffany's you almost never see. I know 85 Tiffany gets a lot of the attention because of the McGuire, and 86 you got the Bonds, which is like the Bonds card. But man, those 84 Mattingly's, you almost never see them.
Yeah, they're glossy.
Yep.
They're glossy, and then the back is a brighter color. So it's not. So sometimes I remember as a kid, you'd see like the traded cards, the traded sets, because those backs were brighter versions of the regular sets. And then people would say, oh, it's a Tiffany card. You say, no, it's a.
Yeah, the Tiffany's like it's tough to tell in pictures sometimes. When you hold it in person, you 100% know that it's not a regular Topps card. The card stock is thicker, the shine is better. Like you'll know it immediately in person. Is all I can say.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So Canadians of the Hobby said he sent you one.
All right. Hold on. At least if I can dig that out.
While you're looking, Professor's first set was 83 Topps. Grandparents got it for me through the JCPenney Christmas catalog. Yeah, remember the sets? My first one was 86 Topps, and you'd get it in the colored box with the pictures of the cards on top. I don't know when that first was out. If 83 Topps came in just a regular white or brown cardboard box.
All right, yeah, Canadians of the Hobby. I'm watching this video now, and it's a little bit annoying because it's just this dude talking instead of just showing. I see he's holding the box in his hand, but he's not showing it to us, it's just getting me frustrated. No one watches our videos to see pictures of us. We want to see what he's holding. So I appreciate it. I just don't have the patience. So we'll get back to that.
We'll do some research.
Thank you for sharing.
That's great, Professor. I would love to see that collection. See all those together. If you've posted any of those on your IG, posting them all together, that'd be cool to see.
Yeah, I feel like that's like the 80s version of the finest golds, or the Topps Chrome golds would be the Tiffany's 2x speed. Yeah, I'll get back to that. But yeah, I guess let's keep an eye out for that. I want to see what those Mookies look like, and hopefully he gets a taste for signing cards. But yeah, so we looked at that Mookie. What was the next one that I had? I kind of geared up here. All right, well, I know we talk about the Braves a lot on the show, which we always do. An Austin Riley card ended today, Jeff, on eBay. And it's an Austin Riley card I'd never seen before.
Is that the clear one?
Yes.
Oh, what did it end up? Did you bid on it?
I did not bid on it because I saw where the price was headed.
Is that a 1,000? Is that a 1 in front of a comma?
It is, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So this card is really cool. And it's an Austin Riley. I will say, for all the people Topps screws over with their rookie images, like Guerrero and Judge, Austin Riley that they got just right. This is a really great shot. And it's a clear, so it looks really cool. It's the only clear I've ever seen for sale. I'm guessing, maybe we'll find out, but I'm wondering if our buddy EK Molly 82 was the buyer here. I know he loves himself some Riley. But
yeah, that's a lot. That's a big card.
I saw someone comment that the sound has gone. I can hear Jeff, and I think Jeff can hear me.
I can hear Chris. So we might just be talking to each other.
Which is fine. I mean, that's entertaining enough for us.
Canadians of the Hobby says he does end up opening the box. So after we get off, we'll have to look.
All right. Yeah, I will watch it on like 2x speed, and I'll get there. All right. Thanks, Kate. Thanks, Matt. But yeah, I love this Austin Riley card. If you're a Braves fan, if you're a Riley fan, you got to believe that, like Olsen, like everyone else, Riley's going to turn this thing around. And this card is badass. Like I like the clears. I know there's a Platinum 101, Jeff, but I think the clears out of 10 just have they have that coolness factor that I prefer them to the Platinum 101s.
Yeah. Agreed. It's a very cool card. Well, hopefully we'll see it on Instagram. I don't know enough about these two cards, Chris. You might, but Topps traded Barry Bonds PSA 10 or the Tiffany version of PSA 7. Tiffany, I don't know what 100%. The pops are. I know those are impossible to get good grades on.
I say Tiffany 100%. Tiffany 100% without hesitation.
Really?
Those 86 Topps cards are everywhere. I mean, there's unopened cases in like 1 out of every 10 storage units in America. But
but they never give 10s on those.
I bet there's more than you think. What do you think the pop is? I'll look it up. Or someone in the chat, please look up the pop on the 86 Topps traded Barry Bonds. I'm going to say it's whatever Jeff says. It's going to be higher. And if it's wrong, I'll finish my drink.
86 Topps traded Barry Bonds PSA 10. I would say 150.
Ooh. All right, well, Price is right this. I'm going to say 500.
500.
They printed so much of this stuff.
I know, but everyone I've seen has just been garbage. And
I know
even
they
the good
rattle
ones.
around. They rattle around those boxes. But yeah, the answer is Tiffany. It's 100% that Tiffany card.
All right. Well, there you go, Ryan. There's your answer.
Yeah.
But I'm right here with Peeps. They were so bad. I would have to think whatever the pop is on the Tiffany, it's kind of hard to believe that got a 7. I guess those could get messed up in the boxes too.
I mean, they're also like, it's crazy. Like the Topps back in the 80s is the same as Topps now, Jeff. They couldn't center cards then. They can't center cards now. And they put all this effort into making the Tiffany sets, and they still miscut at least half of them.
Yeah, there's no rhyme or reason.
I wanted to take a minute and point out Professor's Dugout opens one pack of 2019 Topps and pulls a clear Mookie Betts.
Well, the question here is, were you rooting for Michigan or Ohio State? Was it a consolation pack? And if so, congratulations.
That's amazing. Now you can literally look at this at the odds. It's probably one in like 10,000 packs or something like that. All right, Spider Anaheim. You're a little bit late. We talked about.
Holy crap, Kate!
What?
Thank you. Check this out.
Oh wow, I was off by a power of 10.
I was off by a lot more than that.
Yeah.
All right, Kate. Yeah, whatever the Tiffany is, I'm going with that too. Thank you.
Give me the Tiffany in authentic. Give me a Tiffany in a 2 or a 3.
Yeah.
Good Lord, 5,000. I knew it was going to be a lot. I didn't
realize it was going to be that much. It was
Wow.
a consolation. All right. Well, congratulations, Professor.
Wow, that's so many. That's so many. So real quick, Spider Anaheim. This guy is asking about. Oh, whoops! I clicked on the wrong.
Bowman for
you just had the Acuna cards going up. Obviously, I don't know if you're being a little sarcastic here, but we pulled this up earlier. They are very much going down. A Topps Chrome Gold Refractor and a PSA 10 just set like a new low. It sold for about half what it was selling for before the season and $1,000 less than it sold for a measly 2 weeks ago. So no, these cards are not going up.
Not going up, no.
Well, what was Kate? I saw Kate was saying something about 86 Donruss, about the rookie set, Jeff.
I did not see that.
Okay.
Something about the rookie set? That's a great set. I love the 86 rookies, but
all right. I think I was just blurring actually 2 comments together. Mike asks if he's going to invest in an 80s Tiffany set, which one should it be? You're going to want the either 84 or 85.
And it's going to cost you.
It's going to cost you.
I don't know what.
And then once you own it, sealed in that box, you can sit there with your thoughts about whether or not to open it. Because if your Mattingly is centered, or your McGuire is centered, and your Clemens and your Puckett are centered, or actually in the Nolan Ryans in those boxes are really centered, and they could gem, you're sitting on a tiny fortune. But most of them aren't. And once you open that box, you've killed the value of it if they aren't. So good luck.
Yeah, I guess. But start looking on eBay.
Yeah. And then you just have to wonder how sealed those boxes are.
Yeah.
They have like that gold like sticker that you have to kind of, but I'm sure you can steam it, and get a quick look and then put it back down.
Yeah. Are those, I suppose they have the baseball card exchange wrap those, but as we've seen in the past, that doesn't even mean it's sealed.
Yeah. Then you could open it and get a bunch of G.I. Joe cards.
Right. Yes. Thanks, Ryan. I appreciate that. 2,655 is the total pop of Tiffany bonds, which is also higher than I was expecting. That many to be graded by PSA. Yeah,
I think that just means that like the percentage of those at PSA is probably pretty high.
Yeah.
All right. Couple other eBay things I want to talk about, including today, actually, a bunch of big Freddie Freemans ended.
And you didn't buy any?
Yeah, Consigner had a couple huge Freddie Freeman cards that ended. So let's just jump right into that because that's
and is your bank account lower coincidentally today too?
I did not buy any of them. And I'll tell you why. The reason I didn't is because some of these prices, they went a little haywire.
So Freeman's going up too.
Yes. I think a lot of people, Jeff, are sort of reacting the way that you and I did.
Agreed.
And the way I think that makes sense. Like when modern players get hurt, you start to look back and be like, well, who's accomplished a ton?
Right.
Like if Freeman gets hurt today, there's a real interesting argument about whether he's still a Hall of Famer.
And right, if he gets hurt and never comes back.
Right. Yeah.
if he gets hurt, he could still come back and pad his resume.
Yeah. So this is, as far as I know, the highest sale of a BGS 9.5 of his Bowman Chrome, first Bowman Chrome refractor auto. It's not his first Bowman Chrome. We'll get to those, but this is his first auto, first licensed Topps auto. Not counting those Aflacs from 2006. But yeah, so this went for $1,500. The highest sale before this I could find was like $1,370. And so, I mean, this card looks great. It looked like a decent crossover candidate, a little bit off center, left to right.
Yeah, he's been a model of consistency.
Ooh, okay, hold on. I see. Yeah, he's been great. Matt McNeil here in the comments. Hold on. Is talking about the 1991 Topps Tiffany has the lowest print run of 4,000 sets. That's interesting. And he says the 84 Topps was at 10,000 sets. I didn't realize it got so much lower in 1991.
Is that the Brian Taylor year?
It's the Chipper Jones year. So Matt McNeil, my question for you is, if you could buy one full set of 1991 Topps, would you rather buy the Tiffany set or the Desert Shield set? If you could find someone selling the whole set with the Desert Shield foil stamp.
Oof. Can you imagine putting that whole set together?
No, but I would absolutely love to. I'd love to own it. I'd love to see it. I'd love to talk to anyone who is actually able to do it. Okay, so that's 4 sharp corners, I think. Sold that Freddie Freeman, and this is another one that he had. I was pretty interested in. This is a gold, and it's a Pop 1. Where is it? Here we go. So 2009 was Freeman's first auto, but 2007 was his first card, first real card. So that's this one. And this is the only PSA 10. And I've seen a couple of these golds. I like the blues. They're all off-centered. This one looks absolutely perfect.
Yeah.
So I've never seen a PSA 10 up for sale. And this, as far as I know, is the only one. So I was talking with our good buddy Ben Orr. I don't know if he's still in here or not, about this card. He was like, "You going to go for this?" And I said no, because I really feel like his auto being 2 years later kind of overshadows this card. But this is really cool because this actually says first Bowman Chrome right up there. And he looks like a child. I mean, he's got to be like 18 years old in this photo, Jeff.
So what did that sell for?
I think I accidentally showed it really quick by accident, but hold on, let me get over there.
Yeah, I saw it roll by quickly. I didn't catch it.
It sold for an absolute ton.
What?
$5,000.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, this one, I want to see if this gets paid for or if this was just a couple people screwing around. But I mean, this card's awesome. This is Freddie Freeman's first Bowman Chrome, the only PSA 10.
It is. I guess. I mean, you maybe had some dueling Freddie super collectors wanting that Pop 1. And as you talked about, the centering is typically so bad on those. There's probably not going to be a lot more adding to that population. Wow.
No. Wow. Yeah, that was staggering to me. I mean, I could not believe. Yeah, Kate is right. When you got to have it, you got to have it. Yeah. I've been a victim of this on both sides of it.
All you need is 2 people, right?
That's right. That's right. Speaking of only needing 2 people, Jeff, the gentleman, the seller that we talked about on eBay before that has that Ozzy Albies SSP, and he just keeps running it up for bids with the reserve that never gets hit. It still drives me crazy. If he just puts like a buy it now or raises the bid, then you just need 1 person. But instead, he's created this scenario where you need 2 to get to the price he wants. I'll never understand it. It just, sometimes it keeps me up at night when I think about it, but it shouldn't. Anyway, whoever bought this, congratulations. This is a really badass card.
Yeah, I look forward to seeing you see that one shows up.
I had a thought about this, Jeff. There's also only one 2009 Bowman Chrome Auto Gold in a PSA 10. So maybe the same guy had bought that one. That one came up for sale recently. Went for like 11,000, I think, I think it was eBay. So maybe the same guy just needed this one to pair it.
It's quite a cornerstone of a Freeman collection there.
It sure is. It sure is. But that is, yeah, he looks like a child, but the teeth like a grown man. See, Spider, that was definitely pre-veneer.
Pre-chompers.
Yeah, so I think that's why maybe his head was turned. He didn't want his picture taken with his mouth open, which, I can understand.
Aaron Davies is throwing out a take here. More and more MLB guys getting into cards. Wonder if these guys are competing against each other for fun. Could be. We know Bobby Witt's a collector.
Yep. Yeah, that's an excellent point because wasn't Garrett Cole in that video recently, Jeff?
Yeah, that's what Aaron's just saying here.
Yeah.
So, yeah, maybe it is the same guy. Maybe it's Garrett Cole pulling all these Freemans.
Going after Freeman. I mean, certainly
Right.
with Freeman's new contract.
Time to get some of yours on the market, Chris.
I don't know, Jeff. Is it ever time for that? Hopefully my wife has stopped watching. All right, so the same again, 4 sharp corners. That's a gold in a PSA 10, $5,000, numbered out of 50. That same seller also had an orange, which is numbered out of 25. Not a PSA 10. That's it, yeah. It is a BGS 7.
Whoa, 7. Huh?
What
are the subs on there?
The subs are 8.5 on centering, 9 on corners, 9.5 on surface, but the edges got whacked with a 6.
So it must be peeling. I'm guessing there's a little bit of peelage on one of the edges.
Yeah, it's hard to see in the photos. But if a PSA 10 gold out of 50 goes for $5,000, what do we expect a BGS 7 orange out of 25 to go for?
$2,000.
Okay.
Getting a compliment here, so I'm putting it up on the screen.
Oh,
thank you, M. Parsons. I appreciate that.
I can't imagine what it was. It was probably directed at you. So surprisingly, this is one I kind of wish I'd paid more attention to.
760. Okay, yeah.
I wish I'd thrown a bit up there. Because under $1,000, I mean, this is like less than a 20% of a gold PSA 10. So very clear condition bump, right?
Yeah, that seems almost reasonable. I hate to say it, but
yeah, the professor's dugout, exactly right. Oh, yeah, there we go. For sure. Yeah. Maybe some comments in the chat about Aaron Judge hitting a home run.
Yeah.
Can't be too surprising. Against the Angels, I mean, should we even count it? At least he hit it 433 feet. That's fine. I feel like if he's facing some Angels reliever and he hits one 320 to right field at Yankee Stadium, that should only be a single.
Oh, here's a guy that Chris is familiar with.
Uh-oh.
Josh Donaldson. Fan favorite everywhere he goes. Josh Donaldson. You sold him a Luka rookie. He's a big collector, especially now in retirement. And Greinke collects too. All right. They're probably looking for something to do post-career, right?
Probably. This is an interesting. Peeps is asking, are orange all that desirable? And I have had this conversation with people like orange versus gold in terms of parallels. Like gold's got more history and gold just, it sounds like the more desirable one. So when you see orange is less, some people would rather have the gold, especially if they can save a little bit of money.
As a matter of fact, you'll see those prices be pretty similar sometimes, right, Chris? Yes. If it's the same grade, this was hard comparison, but you'll see the orange sometimes go for less even in the same grade than the gold because people want the gold. So desirable, yes, because it's rare. And in some cases, it looks really good as the color match of certain teams. But Peeps, if you're a fan of gold, I can't blame you for that.
No, not at all. All right. So the last eBay card I wanted to talk about, Jeff, was, of course, one of our favorite players and one of his absolute best cards, I think. This card was up for just to buy it now. I don't think they were even taking offers. This is of course Ohtani's first flagship SSP at a Series 2. And it's just an awesome card. Really, really hard to find, especially hard to find without that top right corner having a whole bunch of white on it.
What's the sticker doing?
And this is the sailor, the seller. That's like their logo. So it's in a one touch with that kind of wrapped around it.
It bothers me that you can't see the edges, but
yes. Hopefully that's not
covering a thumbnail scratch.
Right. But yeah, this card is really cool. It follows the trend of the Series 1, Series 2 SSPs all being like on the bases with their hands up, So this was a really cool card. I think I said that about 8 times.
Yeah,
but
this is cool.
But yeah, it wasn't up for very long. I think it was up for a couple of days, if that, and it got snatched up for asking, which I think
I was gonna guess 2,500. So
yeah. Given the rarity of that card, I thought about sending it to you and saying like, but I know we're both a little bit gun shy right now buying anything. But this card is great. So whoever picked that one up, congratulations. That's a really great, one of the best Shohei Ohtani flagship cards.
Yeah, what a card. Oh, Ald has a comment here about a collector. This is quite a story. Nick Aidenhart's mom bought 2 of his 04 EEE autos from me after his death. Elite Extra Edition, I'm guessing. I tried to give them to her, but she refused and paid for them both. Yeah, boy, that's got to be really hard for a parent. But also a good way to keep the memory alive.
Yeah, you kind of get like, at least, I don't know. That's really tough. That's really tough. But yeah, so if you're into the Ohtani SSP market, that one's probably got to be atop your list, right?
Yeah, Spider's got a question for you.
The swinging, that's just that update. So that's an SSP, but the numbers aren't consistent. So if you pull up the pop reports, like the hand on helmet is like way fewer copies than those update SSPs. Like the update SSP, he's got a swinging and a pitching. Acuna's got the white jersey with the glove, the white jersey at the bat, and then Soto has the Gatorade bath. And those are all like, I think the rumored numbers like 100. I think that's the number that got bandied around blowout. Jeff, does that sound right?
300. Yeah.
But the Series 1, Series 2, if you look up the gem pops, they're all under 10. I think actually, well, not all. I think Devers has about 25 PSA 10. So they're definitely less in Series 1 and Series 2 than there are in update.
Yeah, there's significantly less. So people love that the swinging image for sure.
Better image.
Yeah.
But easier to find as well. I think that one peaked at like I think I saw that sell for like $6K last summer. The swinging, just because it's a really cool looking card. You can see the jersey back, bat in his hand.
Yeah.
Spider Anaheim with a question for you, Jeff.
SSP with sticker covering hand on helmet. Spider, does Jeff co-sign his wiping skills? I believe that is.
I think that's what he's meaning, yeah.
No, it's too dangerous. I'm afraid to touch anybody else's cards for what could happen. So I appreciate the ask, but I have to pass.
I agree. It's just it opens up a can of worms.
Yeah, you can do it. You can do it.
Yeah. I have faith. I have faith in you, Spider. I think you're going to be all right. All right.
This the Ohtani image variation in front of the BP screen. Are we talking about the shirt, the red shirt?
There's 2 that are similar. Like there's the one from Series 2 where he's waving and holding a bat.
Oh yeah.
So it might be that one. And then there's the one that we talked about in our video where he's wearing the red jersey and he's outside. He's kind of walking around.
Yeah, smiling.
Yeah, really, those are both great. But if you had to choose, get the one that's number 700 because that one came first. That one's on a Series 2 versus the whatever. I don't know what number he is in update. US something. But yeah, get that Series 2 one. Shelly's
got a plan.
That's the thing Jeff and I talked about when you go to these big shows. Try to have a goal or like the last Burbank show I went to, I think Jeff and I were kind of similarly minded, and that we're just going to look around and kind of and take it in and see if anything jumped out. And it's just too hard. There's so much stuff. It's sensory overload on steroids.
Yeah. And we had a couple things that we were trying to look for, a couple players, nothing specific which hurt, but a couple players like Freeman and Mookie's, and they just don't they didn't have them, which is surprising.
Yeah, I talked to one dealer in particular who said he has Freeman, but he didn't bring them. I'm like, what? Like you're in the Los Angeles area and he plays here. Why would you not bring them? So I question the validity of that statement.
Yeah, I agree.
But yeah, I think it's great to go with something specific in mind. It kind of makes it easier to bounce around. You can not get distracted as much. It worked out well for Jeff at the first Burbank show that we went to. So Shelly the Turtle, good luck to you. I'm sure if there's one player, Jeff, we can be positive there will be a lot of cards of. Ohtani is probably that guy.
Yes. Yeah.
Shelly, do you have any in particular Ohtani's in mind? Well, we always love talking Ohtani with people and to see what they're looking for. Yeah, I'll bust out my 8 arms and get it done.
That's Spider's gonna do a wipe down on his card with his 8 arms.
Gotcha.
Yes, it's an expensive hobby. Yeah, Shelly, let us know what you're looking for or at.
Yeah, Peeps was talking about the Japanese Otanis. Those are cards that like I'm aware of, but I just don't know anything about, and I don't know. I think that for the most part, the hobby here is focused on the US stuff. I know when Ichiro came over too, he has that one Japanese card in particular that I think he's like in his batting stance. That sort of was popular here briefly, but at the end of the day, it was going to be like the American cards are the ones that people here
Right.
seem
And
to.
there was a lot of variations. I looked into the 2013 at one point and somebody was sending me some, and there's just a lot of different variations, I guess you might say. So I don't know. I'd be lost trying to look for that.
Yeah, it's just too tough. Yeah, so Jeff and I can tell you, we like that Series 2 black card, don't we, Jeff?
Series 2 black card is a great card. Yeah. And there's not too many of them out there, and they don't typically grade very well. So if you can find one.
I think there's 4 PSA 10s.
Yeah.
I think that there's a pretty nice looking BGS 9.5. I want to say it's a pure gem sitting on eBay now. Yeah, for like 10 grand or something.
Well,
but it looks pretty nice. But, who knows? All right. I'm going to be honest. I'm very hungry. It was leg day at the gym today, and my wife is brutal on leg day, and I didn't really get a chance to eat a lot. So those chicken chunks tonight are going to be especially tasty.
Taskmaster. One more question let's get to before you go, Chris.
Oh, man. What are our thoughts on image variations in Logo Fractor? I'm kind of shocked at how strong some of the pricing for those is. I'm going to be honest with you, Kate. I don't know what to make a Logo Fractor.
I don't either.
There's just so much of everything. I don't know what besides the flagship sets themselves is going to stand out. Like in 10 years when we look back at this time period. Well, Logo Fractor, I don't know. But yeah, you're right. Those I've seen some of the images. They do look good. There's some really great shots in there. But I mean, what irritates me is we have the image variations used to be such a cool kind of niche thing. They're really rare and they were only in flagship. And then Topps Chrome had some and Stadium Club had them. And that was it. But yeah, now we got image variations in Topps Chrome. God help us. I think they were in Topps Chrome Sonic too, Jeff.
Yep,
Topps
they were.
Update added them last year, which means like someone like Michael Harris or Gunnar Henderson has, I mean, like in the teens of image variations, and it just becomes too much.
Right. So if you're a particular player collector, maybe they hold some appeal, but even that, I tend to think it's diluted. The value is diluted.
Diluted is an excellent way to say it. One thing I will say about the image variations in Logo Fractor, the cards I was most excited to see come out of that product were the rookie image variation autos, because those are also in Bowman Chrome. They do those, and they're super rare. They're numbered at 25, and sometimes the images are great. Like we have at Devers, like the Ohtani carrying the bag at a 2018 is really cool. But those were stickers in Logo Fractor, which just like removed all my excitement for them completely.
Yeah. I don't know what to make of them. I agree. It's hard to see their value standing long term, I guess I would say.
Yeah, it just seems like it's a lot. Like just looking at Gunnar Henderson, this is a funny story. A guy at the Burbank show had a red refractor of Gunnar Henderson, and it was a Topps Chrome image variation. So I saw it, and I'm like, what is that? He's like, oh, that's his image variation in a red. And I'm like, it can't be, because it's got to be speckled. Like they were all speckled. It's like, oh no, it says very like there was a thing on the sticker the seller had written. He's like, no, it must be. I mean, the reds must. I'm like, no, the reds were speckles. Like, what is this card? I don't know what it is. And it turned out he didn't know what it was either. And we eventually tracked it down. It was his complete set Chrome image variation red refractor. So just add that one to the list. So like we're talking a Topps Chrome image variation, a Topps Chrome update image variation, a Logo Fractor, the Topps Chrome Logo Fractor image variation, a Topps Chrome Sonic image variation, a Topps complete set Chrome image variation. It's just too much. It's too much.
Yeah, just like the golds are becoming diluted because, as we saw in the Michael Harris video that we did several months back, there's just so many hundreds of golds. Now that image
Thousands.
variations are getting to be that. Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, as far as the image variations go, for me personally, I won't speak for Jeff, but I'm going to stick with the flagship golden mirrors and maybe the Topps Chrome SSPs.
Yeah.
Because there won't be parallels of those. It's just one different image. So maybe those two. But outside of that, and obviously I love the Stadium Club ones. I'm always going to be on Team Stadium Club.
Yeah. And going back then, like
Yeah.
maybe still some opening day ones. They've got some pretty cool.
Yeah, in prior years. But yeah, I mean, it just seems like every time we think this is it, another set comes out with similar stuff as the main set. And it starts to, I don't know, it just becomes too much.
Before we go, I want to give Mike a shout out. He bought an 87 Fleer Tiffany set off eBay for $100. Won my 7th grade self to feel the shiny of each card.
Oh yeah, dude, that Bonds is cool.
Yeah,
there's Bonds in there. There's Barry Larkin in there. There's Mark McGuire's in the update. But yeah, a couple Hall of Famers.
Love the design of that.
Yeah, great. Look at the Mike Greenwell and just think about. There's a Boston Red Sox fan. Every time you look at a Mike Greenwell card, a Red Sox fan probably cries.
Probably, yeah. I remember my Greenwell binder. All right, we got to let Chris go get his chicken chunks. Yeah, on that note, immersion. That pretty much sums up the hobby right now.
Sure does.
But thank you everybody for joining us tonight. We really appreciate having so many people here in the comments. We love talking cards, as you know. Please hit that like and subscribe if you haven't already, and hit that notification bell, and you'll be notified when we go live, which we always do every Thursday night, but we've been tending to do some other lives as well. So we had a great live discussion about the Acuna injury that night. So please hit that notification, and you can join us in our sorrow or our celebrating. Anything else you want to add, Chris?
Next week's a big day. Next week is SSP Thursday. So if you're on Instagram, please post a cool SSP, tag Baseball Card Addict, tag Jeff, my favorite cardboard, hashtag SSP Thursday. We'll find as many of these posts as we can. We'll share them around. And then on our show next week, we'll highlight, 10 or so, if not more, that we really love, that we're excited to see. So if you've got a cool SSP.
And if you don't have an Instagram account, it's worth opening one you don't have to post anything, but you can follow some card accounts. You see some really cool cards on there that you never see otherwise. So it's a great way to stay involved in the hobby that way. So I would highly recommend opening that up. Jorge, yes, my song selection will be in full effect.
Oh, yeah.
Can't wait to see these. I'm always inspired by your SSPs.
Yes, Jeff is a veritable Instagram DJ with his story song selection. Unrivaled. Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to next week. That'll be great. And call your folks. Check in on them.
Yep. Yeah, next Tuesday is my mom's 82nd birthday. I will be flying to Charlotte to celebrate with her. So call your parents this weekend. They'll always appreciate it.
Yes, they'll always appreciate it. Enjoy collecting. Let us know. You can always hit us up on Instagram if you have any questions or comments, and we will talk to you soon. Check out the video we posted today. Thanks, everybody.
All right. Cheers.